What if I told you that to speak English fluently, you need to forget grammar and stop memorizing vocabulary? The most powerful secret to natural, confident English is a simple method you already know. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the step-by-step guide to unlocking it right now. I know that many of you feel nervous when you try to speak. You hesitate. You feel stuck. And sometimes you don't even try because you are so afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you have been learning English for years, but when the moment comes to speak, you feel like your mind is completely empty. You know the words. You understand English when you read it or when you listen to it. But when it's your turn to talk, you just freeze. I understand this feeling so well because I have also struggled with learning a new language. I know exactly how it feels when you want to say something, but you just can't find the right words. I know how frustrating it is when people speak very fast and you can't understand them. But today, I want to tell you that you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to feel stuck. Because I am going to teach you how to learn English in the easiest and most natural way possible. From this day forward, I want you to forget everything that made English feel difficult for you. Forget about complicated grammar rules. Forget about trying to be perfect with every single word. And please forget about fear. Because the biggest reason people fail to speak English is not a lack of knowledge. It is fear. The fear of making mistakes, the fear of embarrassment, the fear of being judged by others. But let me ask you a question. How did you learn your first language, your native language? Did you study grammar books for years? Did you memorize long lists of words? No, of course not. You learned by listening, by copying the sounds you heard, by making many mistakes, and by using the language every single day. This is exactly how you are going to learn English with me. You don't need to study English in the old way. You need to live English. English should not be something you practice for just 1 hour a day and then forget about. It should become a part of your life. You should hear it around you, think in it in your quiet moments, and speak it every single day. Now I know what you might be thinking. But John, how do I do that? Don't worry. I will tell you everything you need to know step by step. I will not just give you a few tips. I will take you on a journey where English becomes easy and natural for you. So are you ready? Let's begin. Step 1. Stop thinking. English is difficult. The first and most important thing we need to do is to change our mindset. If you believe deep down that English is difficult, your brain will always resist learning it. It will feel like you are fighting against yourself. But if you start to believe that English is easy, or at least possible, you will learn so much faster. Think about a little baby who is learning to walk. The baby falls down many times, but does he stop trying? Does he say, "Oh, this is too hard for me"? No. He gets up, maybe he cries a little, but he tries again, and again. And after some time, he starts walking without any effort, without even thinking about it. This is exactly how learning English works. Mistakes are a normal and necessary part of learning. If you are not making any mistakes, it probably means you are not really learning or growing. I want you to say these words with me right now. Say them out loud. English is easy. I can speak English. I am learning every day. These words are very powerful. The more you say them, the more your brain will start to believe them. From today, please never say, "My English is bad." Never say, "I cannot speak English." Instead, I want you to say, "I am learning, and I am improving every day." This small change in your thinking will make a very big difference in your learning journey. Step 2. Surround yourself with English. Now that you have started to change your mindset, the next step is to bring English into your daily life. Many people think they need to live in an English-speaking country like the United States or the United Kingdom to become fluent. But this is simply not true. You can create an English environment right where you are in your own home. The first simple thing you can do is change your phone's language to English. Think about how many times you look at your phone every day. Every time you unlock it, you will see English words. This will help your brain get comfortable with the language in a very natural way. Next, you should start trying to think in English. Right now, you probably think in your native language first, and then translate everything into English. This is what makes speaking feel so slow and so difficult. Instead, I want you to start with very simple thoughts in English. For example, when you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your language, try to think, I need to brush my teeth. When you are making your morning tea or coffee, you can think, I am making tea. When you look outside, you can think, the weather is nice today. At first, this will feel strange, I know, but the more you do it, the more natural it will become. After some time, English thoughts will start coming to you automatically without any effort. Another great way to surround yourself with English is to talk to yourself. Yes, you heard me right. Talk to yourself in English every single day. You can stand in front of a mirror and have a little conversation. For example, hello, how are you today? I am good. I have a lot of work to do, but I am feeling great. This might feel a little funny at first, but trust me, it is one of the best ways to improve your speaking skills. When you talk to yourself, you are practicing without any fear. There is no one there to judge you, so you can just relax and speak. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. Another simple but powerful method is to label things in your house. Take small pieces of paper and write the English names of objects all around you. Stick them on your door, your table, your refrigerator, your mirror. Every time you see these labels, read the words out loud. For example, if you have a label on a book, you can say, this is a book. The book is on the table. If you have one on a cup, you can say, this is a cup. I drink tea from this cup. By doing this, you will train your brain to recognize and remember English words automatically. Now I have a question for you. We just talked about a few different ideas, changing your phone's language thinking in English, talking to yourself, or putting labels on things in your home. Which of these ideas sounds the most interesting to you? Or maybe which one sounds the most strange or funny? Please take a moment to think about it and share your thoughts in the comments below. I would truly love to hear which method you are going to try first. Step 3. Stop worrying about grammar. So many students believe that they need to learn perfect grammar before they can start speaking. This is a very big mistake. If you focus too much on grammar rules, you will always be afraid of making a mistake, and that fear will stop you from speaking. Instead, you should focus on learning to speak first, and then you can correct your grammar later. Think again about how children learn a language. They don't sit and study books of grammar rules. They listen to their parents, they repeat words and simple phrases, and slowly over time, their grammar improves naturally. This is exactly how you should learn. Instead of memorizing complex grammar rules like the present continuous tense, just focus on learning simple, useful sentences. For example, just learn sentences like, I am eating. She is going to the market. They are playing football. If you keep listening, repeating, and using these full sentences, the grammar will come naturally to you without you even realizing it. The key is to listen more and copy what you hear. Listen to how native speakers talk and then repeat after them. When you hear a new sentence, don't just try to understand it. Say it out loud. Feel the words in your mouth. Now that you understand how to surround yourself with English, think in English, and stop fearing grammar. Let's go even deeper. Now I am going to show you how to speak English in your everyday life. Many people struggle with speaking because they don't know what to say or how to start. But let me tell you something. You already know how to speak English. You just need to activate it. Think about your daily routine. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you make tea or coffee, you talk to your family, you go outside, maybe you buy something, you meet friends, you go to work or school, and at night you relax and you sleep. Every single one of these moments, every single thing you do in your life can be described and spoken about in English. If you practice using English for your real daily life, speaking will become easy and natural for you. So let's start with some simple conversations that you can use every single day. Using English in your daily life. Let's begin with your morning routine. You can start by talking to yourself in English. When you wake up, don't just get out of bed in silence. Start speaking in English. For example, as soon as you open your eyes, you can say, "Good morning. I feel fresh today. I had a nice sleep. Let me get up and brush my teeth." When you go to the bathroom, you can say, "I am brushing my teeth now. I am washing my face. Let me take a shower." When you walk into the kitchen, you could say, "I am making tea. This tea smells so good. I am eating toast with butter." Even if you are completely alone, say these things out loud. The more you say them, the more comfortable and natural you will feel. Now let's imagine a real conversation. Imagine you are talking to your mother in the morning. The conversation could go something like this. "You, good morning, Mom." "Mom, good morning. How did you sleep?" "You, I slept well." "What are you making for breakfast?" "Mom, I'm making eggs and toast. Do you want some tea?" "You, yes, please. I would love some tea in the morning." "Mom, okay, your tea is ready." "You, thank you. It smells really nice." This is a simple, natural conversation that you can practice every day. You don't need difficult words. Just keep it simple and natural. When you go outside, there are many things you can say in English. For example, if you are going to the market, you can think or say to yourself, "I need to buy some vegetables. Let me check my shopping list. I will take a bus to the market." When you enter a shop, you can have a conversation like this. You, "Excuse me, do you have fresh tomatoes?" Shopkeeper, "Yes, here they are." You, "How much is 1 kilo?" Shopkeeper, "It's $2 per kilo." You, "Okay, I will take 2 kilos, please." Shopkeeper, "Anything else?" You, "Yes, I also need some onions." Shopkeeper, "Here you go. That'll be $5 in total." You, "Here's the money. Thank you." Shopkeeper, "Thank you. Have a nice day." This is a real conversation that happens in daily life. If you practice simple conversations like this, you will never feel afraid to speak in real-life situations. When you meet your friend, here's how you can talk. You, "Hey, how are you?" Friend, "I am good." How about you? You, "I am great. What are you doing?" Friend, "Nothing much, just relaxing. Do you want to go for a walk?" You, "Yes, that sounds great. Let's go." If you go to a cafe with your friend, you could have a conversation like this. You, "Let's order something. What do you want?" Friend, "I think I want a coffee. What about you?" You, "I will have a lemonade." Friend, "Okay, let's call the waiter." Waiter, "Hello, what would you like to order?" Friend, "1 coffee and 1 lemonade, please." Waiter, "Okay. Anything else?" You, "No, that's all, thank you." Waiter, "Your order will be ready soon." And at night when you relax, you can still practice your English. If you are with your family, you can have a conversation like this. You, today was a long day. Mom, what did you do today? You, I went to the market and then I met my friend. Mom, that sounds nice. What did you buy? You. I bought some vegetables and fruits for the week. Mom. Good. Now let's have dinner. You. Yes, I am very hungry. And before you go to sleep, you can also talk to yourself in English for a few moments. For example, you could think, today was a good day. I learned a lot of new things. Tomorrow I will wake up early and practice more English. Now it's time to sleep. Good night. All of these little conversations and practice moments add up. And if you enjoy learning with stories and examples like these, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have so many more lessons and stories planned for you, and subscribing is the best way to make sure you don't miss the next part of your English journey with us. Now let me tell you one of the most powerful secrets to speaking English fluently. It is this: listen and repeat. When you hear a new sentence, don't just listen to it. Repeat it. Say it out loud. Try to copy the pronunciation. Try to copy the tone and the rhythm. This will help you sound much more natural. For example, if you hear the sentence, I am going to the market, you should say, I am going to the market. Repeat it exactly as you hear it. If you do this every single day, your pronunciation and your confidence will improve so much. Improving your pronunciation and confidence. Now that you know how to use English in your daily life, let's take your English to the next level. Many people know some English, but they still hesitate to speak because they are afraid of making mistakes. Maybe their pronunciation is not clear, or they just feel nervous when talking to other people. But let me tell you something very important. Even if your English is not perfect, you can still speak with confidence. Today, I will show you how to improve your pronunciation, how to sound more natural, and how to speak English with true confidence. If you follow what I am about to tell you, you will never feel shy or afraid to speak again. Let's talk about a common problem. Many people understand English well. They can read and write. But when it's time to speak, they become nervous. Why does this happen? Here are some of the main reasons. 1. The fear of making mistakes. You think, what if I say something wrong? What if they laugh at me? 2. You worry about your pronunciation. You feel like you don't sound natural like a native speaker. 3. A lack of practice. You don't practice speaking very often, so you don't feel confident. 4. You are thinking in your native language first. You try to translate every sentence in your head before you speak, and this makes you very slow and hesitant. Does this sound like you? If yes, please don't worry. I am going to give you the perfect solution for each of these problems. If you want to speak English fluently, your pronunciation needs to be clear. You don't need to have a perfect American or British accent, but people should be able to understand you easily. Here is how you can improve your pronunciation. First, listen and copy. The fastest way to improve your pronunciation is by listening to and copying native speakers. Choose a simple video, an audio clip, or even just one short sentence. Listen very carefully to how the speaker says it. Then repeat it in exactly the same way. For example, listen to this sentence, I want to go to the park. Now don't just read it. Find a recording of a native speaker and listen, and then copy it exactly. Repeat it many times. If you do this every day, your pronunciation will improve naturally. Second, speak slowly and clearly. Many people try to speak very fast because they think it will make them sound fluent. But speaking too fast can often make your pronunciation unclear. Instead, try to speak slowly and clearly. If you pronounce every word properly and carefully, people will understand you much better. Third, record your voice and compare it. This is a very powerful way to improve your pronunciation. Choose a sentence, say it out loud, and record your own voice on your phone. Then, listen back to how you sound. Compare your recording with how a native speaker says the same sentence. You will quickly notice where you need to improve. Fourth, focus on difficult sounds. Some sounds in English can be difficult for learners. For example, the eth sound in words like think, this, and that. To make this sound, you need to put your tongue between your teeth and say th, or the difference between the v and w sounds in words like very and wet. Make sure you can hear and make the difference. The R and L sounds are also difficult for some people in words like right and light. If you know a sound is difficult for you, practice it every single day. Fifth, use tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are a very fun way to practice and improve your pronunciation. You can try saying these fast: she sells seashells by the seashore, or red lorry, yellow lorry, or this one, I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. These funny sentences will help train your mouth and your tongue to move in new ways and speak more clearly. Even if your pronunciation is good, many people still feel shy and nervous when it's time to speak. So, how can you become more confident? First, you must stop thinking about mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. They are a part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes when they talk. Second, speak English every single day. Confidence comes from practice. If you only study English but you never speak it, you will never feel confident. Here is a simple rule for you every day. Try to speak English for at least 15 minutes. Talk to yourself. Talk to a friend. Talk to a mirror. It doesn't matter. Just speak. Third, use the 3-second rule. When you have an opportunity to say something in English, don't wait too long. Give yourself just 3 seconds and then speak. For example, if your friend asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" Instead of thinking for a long time to make the perfect sentence, just say something immediately. I went to the park. I watched a movie. I had a great day. If you wait too long, you will feel more and more nervous. Just speak naturally. Fourth, practice real conversations. The best way to gain confidence is by practicing the conversations you will have in real life. Imagine you are meeting a new person. Here is how the conversation could go. You, hi, nice to meet you. Other person, nice to meet you too. What's your name? You, I'm Nick. And you? Other person, I'm David. You, nice to meet you, David. Where are you from? David, I'm from Canada. And you? You, I'm from America. David, that's great. What do you do? You? I'm learning English and I work as a teacher. David, that's very interesting. The final step. Thinking in English. Now I am going to teach you how to think in English. This will help you stop translating in your head and allow you to speak fluently and without hesitation. This, my students, is the ultimate key to fluency. If you want to speak English naturally and automatically, you must train your brain to think directly in English. If you keep translating from your native language, you will always be a little bit slow and your sentences might not sound natural. But please don't worry. I will show you exactly how to start thinking in English, even if you are a beginner. Why do you need to think in English? Many people study English for years, but they still struggle to speak fluently. The main reason for this is that they are not thinking in English. For example, imagine you want to say the sentence, I am going to the market. If you think in your native language first, your brain has to do all of this work. 1. Think the sentence in your native language. 2. Translate that sentence into English. And 3. Finally, speak the words. This takes too much time. Instead, you must train your brain to think directly in English so that you can speak instantly. At first, this might sound very difficult, but trust me, it is easy if you follow the right steps. Start with simple words. If you are a beginner, don't try to think in big, complex sentences right away. Just start with single, simple words. For example, when you wake up in the morning, look around your room and name the things you see in English. Bed, pillow, window, sunlight. Throughout the day, keep doing this. When you see something, say its English name in your mind. When you see a tree, think tree, not the word in your native language. When you see a car, think car. This is the very first step to training your brain. Then think in simple sentences. After you have practiced with single words for a while, you can start making simple sentences in your mind. For example, if you are brushing your teeth, you can think, I am brushing my teeth. When you are eating your lunch, you can think, I am eating rice. This food is delicious. Remember, don't translate. Just think the sentence directly in English. Talk to yourself in English. As I said before, this is one of the best ways to start thinking in English. Every day, spend 5 or 10 minutes talking to yourself in English. For example, when you are getting ready in the morning, you can say to yourself, I am choosing my clothes. I think I will wear the blue shirt today. When you are walking outside, you can say, the weather is nice today. I see a little girl playing in the park. Watch and listen to English every day. The more you listen to English, the faster your brain will start thinking in it. Watch English movies and videos, maybe with English subtitles at first. Listen to English podcasts while you are cleaning your house or traveling. Read simple English books and articles. But remember, if you only listen and read, you will not improve quickly. You must also speak. Even if you make mistakes, don't stop. Talk to your friends, your family, or even your mirror. The more you speak, the faster you will be able to think in English. Here is how you can stop hesitation and speak more fluently. Don't think too much, just speak. If you forget a word while you are talking, don't stop. Just find another way to say it. Use simple words and short sentences at first. And please don't be afraid of what other people might think. For example, if you want to say, I lost my keys and I can't find them, but you suddenly forget the word lost. You can say, I don't have my keys. I don't know where they are. This way, you are still speaking English without a long, awkward pause. If you follow this simple plan every day, your brain will automatically start to think in English. In the morning, name everything around you in English. In the afternoon, make simple English sentences in your mind about what you are doing. In the evening, watch or listen to something in English for at least 20 minutes. At night, speak to yourself in English for 5 to 10 minutes before you sleep. Repeat this process daily, and in just a few weeks, you will notice that you are starting to think in English naturally. My amazing students, you have now learned everything you need to begin speaking English fluently, confidently, and naturally. Before we finish, let me remind you of something very powerful. English is not difficult. The only thing that is stopping you is fear and hesitation. But now you have the tools to overcome both. If you want to be successful in your life, learning English will open thousands of new doors for you. It will help you get better jobs, travel the world, make new international friends, and understand movies, books, and cultures from all over the globe. But most importantly, it will make you feel confident and independent. So please never stop learning. Even if some days feel difficult, even if some people tell you that you are not good enough, never give up. You have come so far already, and I truly believe in you. Now it is time for you to go and practice. Speak, listen, and think in English every single day. And remember, mistakes don't matter. Your effort is what matters. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your journey to fluency. Keep learning, keep growing, and one day soon you will speak English like a pro. Let's do this together. I am with you on this journey, and I will always be here to support you. Now go out there and start thinking, speaking, and living in English. You can do it. And that's where our lesson concludes for today. This was a real journey, wasn't it? I am so curious to hear your take on it all. What were your final thoughts? Do you have any lingering questions about any of the steps we talked about? Please leave all your opinions, your feelings, and your questions below in the comments. I truly love reading every single one and building this wonderful conversation with all of you. Thank you for learning with me today.